gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to the panel discussion 2 on defense, a theme that touches every aspect of our personal and professional lives. Defense refers to the measures taken by a nation or organization to protect itself from external threats, maintain security, and preserve national interest. It encompasses a wide range of activities from military strategy and operation to intelligence gathering, cybersecurity, and diplomacy. Throughout history, defense has evolved alongside advancement in technology, shifting from traditional warfare methods to modern strategies that include air, sea, land, and cyber warfare. National defense forces such as armies, navies, and air forces play a critical role in ensuring security, while in intelligence agencies and defense technologies like missile defense systems and artificial intelligence strengthen our nation's ability to respond to emerging threats. Before commencing the panel discussion, I kindly invite all our distinguished panelists to take their seat on the stage. Rear Admiral Shekhar Mital, sir, Mr. Pravesh De, sir, Disruptor-in-Chief, DevTech, Major Bharat Singh, sir, Director, DALA Education Group. We have with us as an esteemed session chair, Rear Admiral Shekhar Mital, sir, former chairman and managing director of Goa Shipyard Limited, former member of the Public Enterprise Selection Board, PESP, and secretary to the Government of India. Currently, sir continues to make an impact as a co-founder and executive director of Rekise MERI, a visionary leader, strategic thinker, and mentor. Sir contributions have left an unforgettable mark on the defense, public administration, and corporate sectors. Without further ado, I would like to invite Sir to take charge of this enlightening session. Over to you, Sir.
I've got two fellow panelists with me who have rich experience as far as the startup side is concerned. One is a budding startup. He's just starting his journey in the startup side, but has got a very rich experience in army. On the other side, we have Pravesh De, whom we had heard yesterday, and today he'll give you insight about the incubation side, how it is done, what sort of a setup is there, right, in IIT immediately to help these startups. But before we come, I'll give you a general perspective why defense is important, right, for all of us to know where there is a maximum opportunity. See, basically, if we really see our annual budget, right, and put it into the different buckets, as far as defense is concerned, the annual kitty which comes to the defense is something like 6 lakh crores, annual budget, right? And out of this 6 lakh crores, it of course gets divided amongst Army, Navy, Air Force, and then you have the DRDO side, right? Just take a case of Navy, right? It's one of the smallest service amongst the three, but it is supposed to be the most advanced high-tech, service amongst the three, right? So basically, as far as the naval budget is concerned, annual naval budget is concerned, is over 1 lakh crore. And out of this 1 lakh crore, 50,000 is the capital budget every year. And out of this 50,000, if we again slice it further, right, as far as the naval shipbuilding is concerned, it is upwards of something like 30,000 crore. This I am talking about the capital budget. Actually, if you really see the table, official table, defense naval capital budget is 26,000 crores. Plus 4,000 crores comes from the revenue, because from revenue side also they keep doing a lot of procurement. So per year in the shipbuilding side itself, there is a revenue, right, which is, there is a budget from the Navy, which are the key buyers, is amounted to 30,000 crores. You add on to the budget of Coast Guard, you add on to the budget of DRDO, you add on to the opportunity which is there in the private sector, it all moves up to something like 40,000 crores. And now you realize how many players are there presently, how many shipyards are there in the country, right? There are just about 5 shipyards, 5 major PSU shipyards. And these shipyards, at the world level, if you really see, you will have to define the problem. I'm telling you, once you write your story, yesterday I mentioned to you, story telling is very important. What sort of opportunity is available, right? So I am giving you an idea of what sort of opportunity is available as far as the Indian defense is concerned. As far as, and there in the Indian defense, I am giving you a specific example of Indian Navy, right? because this is the one service which has done exceptionally well as far as the indigenization is concerned, right? Now, when we are saying indigenization, we are talking about large ships being built within the country, right? Something like a tiny piece of time, over 50, around 50 ships are being built, right, by these foreign number PSU shipyards are there. In the private sector, we have very few shipyards who are doing major platforms. I am not talking of, small boats or tug boats and things like that, or the yard craft. So this entire 40,000, 50,000 crores order is going to these 5 shipyards. And when I'm talking about the shipyards, I'm talking of the Mazagon Dock Limited and Garden Bridge Shipyard and Goa Shipyard and Hindustan Shipyard and Kochi Shipyard. You have a L&T shipyard which gets a limited order, so they keep coming, and which is the largest in the private sector. But if you see, I made a point to say in any year, right, Navy is, something like 50 ships are being constructed at any piece of time, and 99% of these ships are being built in India, right? And if this is only the naval order, now you talk about the Coast Guard and DRDO. So there is a huge opportunity for us waiting. What is happening if you take this at the world level, right? Our shipbuilding, indigenous shipbuilding, just constitutes about 1%, 2%, right? The government is very concerned because these shipyards being PSU shipyards, being government-run shipyards, still we have not been able to adopt to the newer practices, the best of the practices, right? Now government is very conscious about, through these various programs like IDEX, I'll touch upon them a little later, just the introduction part, right, is consciously trying to say how we can rope in these startups, right? And that is where the opportunity is there, right? So I'll leave it here. I want to take this as a teaser. What sort of a opportunity is available within the as far as the Indian Navy is concerned, or in the shipbuilding side is concerned. I'll touch upon all these facets little later, right? I'll request my co-panelists to start with it. You want to start?